Do you have a favorite direction, or?
I thought you would say, "Do you have a favorite client?" But that's
that
something.
might be a bit too spicy.
Yeah, too spicy.
Yeah. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Icarus Idea. We are back with the second episode of our season and we're glad that you found us. We have a very interesting guest waiting for you, but I first have to introduce someone else. As I mentioned last time, the second host will alternate this season. So this time, who is it? It's Davy. Hello Davy, glad you're here. Davy is the main editor of the Icarus Idea. So that means that he's in charge of cutting everything where I say something stupid again. So thank you for that. And next to that, he occasionally helps out with the socials and the branding. So, Davy, now that the listeners know you, would you please make sure that they get to know our guest as well?
Yes, thank you for the short introduction, Twan. Our guest today is someone from design agency Dynteq. He completed his bachelor in mechanical engineering at Saxion University of Applied Sciences and followed it up with a industrial design engineering master's at the University of Twente, where he graduated in 2008. Welcome, Rob Lenferink.
Thank you, guys.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, very well. Very nice to be here. Very nice studio, so I'm very excited. Yeah.
All right, that's very nice to hear. So today we'll be looking at your transition from being a student to being the co-founder of a successful business and find out what your company entails.
Yep.
So let's start with the first question. Can you tell us a little bit more about how Dynteq operates?
How Dynteq operates? Yeah, we are an industrial design company. Nowadays, we are with a team of 15 experts. Industrial designers, mechanical engineers, electronic engineers, project managers, and we develop a range of very different products for our clients. We develop a lot of products in the market of mobility, but also consumer products, professional products. We work for clients like Babu, AXA, but also clients more here in the region. Yeah, it's very diverse.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite direction, or?
I thought you would say, "Do you have a favorite client?" But
that's something might be a bit too spicy.
Yeah, too spicy.
Yeah.
Well, the whole team, mobility always has our interest, and we develop products from bicycles to electric vehicles to submarines. The one dimension we did not develop is the sky. Mm-hmm. So we like to in the future like to develop something that flies. But mobility always has our interest, and it's a very fast moving sector. And
for sure.
Yeah.
So you were one of the founders of Dynteq. So how did the founding of your own company come to be?
But we started Dynteq back in 2005 when we were studying mechanical engineering at Saxion, and we were together with 3 students, and we did a lot of projects together. It worked easy, it worked fast, and we had an assignment to make a fictional company. Mm-hmm. And what we did, we made a real company business plan, and everybody said, "Yeah, guys, why don't you take it further? Why don't you get it to reality?" So in 2005, we founded Dynteq. And we were studying at the time, so we did a lot of small and very different projects. And we studied further at university for 3-4 years. And in that time, when we had projects, we didn't study that much, and when there were no projects, we studied a little bit harder. Mm-hmm. So that was the perfect time to get to know the market and what we liked and what we didn't like. So that was the start of Dynteq. Yeah.
Awesome. And what was the first step when you developed this plan, and then what happens? What happens next?
What happens next? We had really good business plan, I think. Our goal was to support companies with their engineering activities. We just started to make calls to companies. Would you like some help from us with your engineering? And we also thought, what can we add to like major companies? And we are just a bunch of students. Maybe we didn't always know what we were doing, but we had we showed some balls, I think, and. The companies were very excited to work with us because we were ambitious, we were fast, we were good thinkers, and we really easy got projects and got work. So from there on, it developed further and further and further. So. The first projects was really like a piece of the project in engineering, but we grow further in projects, and nowadays we do the complete development from idea to realization. But you start with very different pieces of that process. Yeah.
Was it difficult to find a balance between studying for the masters and keeping up with the company?
I think we had luck. We were with the three of us, we were two companions, and I think I was the one that graduated first. So it was like a parallel business. Sometimes I studied more, and my companions they worked on projects, and so I think. Mainly because we were with the three of us, we could find the balance. And as I said before, sometimes we had a lot of project work. Yeah, you worked a little bit harder and you studied a bit less, and also the other way around. And what also really helped us in the beginning, everything was very small. When we didn't have like projects or work for a month, it was no problem. We didn't have a mortgage, we didn't have cars or children or houses. So it was a really cool period for us to pioneer. Yeah.
And you started with the three of you.
Yep.
And how long did it take before you actually needed to hire more people?
Yeah, I think that was in 2010. We started in 2005. I think I graduated in 2008, and my other companions graduated 2009, 2010. And from there on, it was our main job. So there has to be money on the table. So from there on, it took a giant leap. And in 2010, we got our first employee. And now in 2023, we are with 15 people. Yep.
Yeah, amazing how things like that can go, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
So this project, so to say, or the building of this company came from an assignment, as you said. But have you ever aspired before this, to start your own company or do something for yourself?
I think if it wasn't for my two companions, I don't think I would have been an entrepreneur and I got my own business. But with the three of us, it works very, very well. And we all have our specialties and all have very different personalities. But when you put it together, it was a very good team. And nowadays, I do not see myself as the entrepreneur. But I think we build a very stable company, very stable base, which we can develop further. And in the beginning, we did everything ourselves. We cut our own business cards, we printed our own business cards, everything. But when you grow larger, you can hire experts, you can work together with specialists, and Yeah, I think that is something where I'm good at, to find the people I need and build a team, and from there on you can grow a lot further. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've developed those skills in your master over here, the management of product development?
No, I think some skills, and mainly entrepreneurial skills. Yeah, you have it in you or not. During my study, I saw a lot of different sectors, a lot of different. You guys know the industrial design study. It's very broad, and that helped us a lot because we saw things in our business in reality, and we we had the theory, so we could bring them together very easily, and that helped a lot because I was always in one part of my mind was in the reality in the business, and one part in the study, and it helped growing in reality very fast. Yeah.
And because of your history as a student entrepreneur, are you also more inclined to work together with students as a company?
Yeah, for sure. We always have room for students, internships, master assignments, and as I said before, back in the days, people like to work with us because we're very ambitious and innovative. And nowadays, I really like to work with students because they bring the in Dutch fresh wind. I don't know. They bring a lot of dynamics into the company. So yes, I'm very fond of students.
Yeah. We just talked a bit about Dynteq being at the career fair of Daedalus.
Yeah.
What was the most striking for you there?
The amount of students. We didn't know what to expect, and but my colleagues stood there, and we said, if it's very busy, I will accompany. I will come over and help you. But we were the two of us, and I only talked to students, and a lot of international students, and people were interested and ambitious and motivated, and that was a beautiful day.
Yeah. Okay, so Dynteq is working on various products, of which a lot can be seen on your website.
Yep.
But one that we found very striking was the Fulpra cargo bike. Can you tell us something more about that? About the origin of this project and how it developed over time?
It was a beautiful project. It's a beautiful product, and it's one of the products we mainly develop for clients. So clients come with a question or a need, and we fill that in. But in the case of Fulpra, we saw a hole in the market ourselves, which we would like to jump in. So I think we started this project like 5 years ago, and we then also already started to seeing the transition from petrol fans in the city that they weren't allowed anymore, and we had a lot of experience in developing three-wheel bikes, cargo bikes. So we hooked up together with PostNL to develop a cargo bike which could contain two roll containers with packages, so that so PostNL could deliver their packages with an electrical cargo bike in deep into the city. It was a very nice project because we developed the cargo bike ourselves. Therefore, we had a lot of experience, but how to work with the cargo bike and how to implement it into the business of PostNL. Therefore, we needed PostNL. So it was very interesting, the choices we made in the project to adapt the working with the vehicle with the company as PostNL. I think we worked on a project like 3-4 years, a lot of technical challenges. So we do not only develop the project, we also create prototypes, we do the testing. And in the end, we had we already built 5 of those vehicles, and it's very large vehicles, so it took a lot of time. Those vehicles were already tested and approved by RTW. RTW is a Dutch regulations company, so that it could apply to that can be ridden on the road. So PostNL was very interested. We did a large pilot with PostNL. But PostNL is not the company who is going to build these types of products. And as Dynteq, as a developing company, we develop prototypes, we build prototypes, but we don't do production. So at that time we thought we have this great product, but how to get it further from here? We looked to other companies. Maybe they would buy the product, but it was a type of business we did not know before. We hadn't done before, and in the end, my former partner said, it's always been a dream of me to have my own production facility, to have just one product which I can develop further, which I can bring into the market. So we went looking for investors to invest in this company. And nowadays the company is called Fulpra. It's a spin-off of Dynteq. It's now located in Nieuwegein.
Okay.
But we cut Fulpra completely loose from Dynteq. And it's a company of its own. And we found, in the beginning, we found some angel investors who were preparing to bring in some money to Fulpra to get the development further, but also to start the production. And nowadays, it's a complete factory in Nieuwegein. They build hundreds of Fulpra's a year, and they are seen in all over Europe, in France, in Sweden, and also in Holland. And so the dream came true from my partner, and for us it was not only a product development project, but it was also a very entrepreneurial project where we created our first spin-off.
Yeah, I can imagine. So basically you created 2 companies from the ground up.
But I have to give the credits to my partner Niels Markvoort. He's leading Fulpra, and he's working very, very hard to make Fulpra a success. We did the basic, we did it with the 3 of us, but Niels led it further. And nowadays my partner Christian Havenslag and I we develop Dynteq further. Yeah, awesome. Yep.
And why did it move to Nieuwegein?
It's more centrally located in the Netherlands, my partner lives in Utrecht, so that was another part. But it's more centrally located. That's a good thing. But Fulpra needs a lot of people, marketing people, sales people, but also production people. And they said to me, in that case, we could better have stayed here in Twente, because in Twente, people are a bit easier to find than in Nieuwegein, in the Utrecht area.
Yeah?
Yep.
Is that so?
Yeah. Yep.
Usually you hear, of course, that students in Enschede, after they graduate, they move away. Yeah. So that's interesting. That it's so much easier to find people here. Yeah. And I have to say for Dynteq myself that it's not easy to find, but there are a lot of people interested in our company. So I don't know. Maybe that there are a little less companies here in the Twente area. I don't know. But from the university and from Saxion, there are a lot of people ready for the market. And I think when they cannot find it in Twente, they move to
to the west. But I think a lot of people are trying to look to find a place to work here in the Twente area. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
And you said this project was in collaboration with PostNL.
Yep.
But are there also other postal service companies that make use of the Fulpra bike? Or
Yes, they do, and it's are a lot of logistics company like DB Schenker makes use of the cargo bikes, and I think every large postal company owns cargo bikes, and it's not that a company only uses Fulpras. You have a lot of different bikes, and for every bike there is a piece of the market. So there are a lot of people of postal companies who use the Fulpra, but the nicest thing of the Fulpra is we developed the largest bike in cooperation with PostNL, but it's a base where you can put on other load compartments for other businesses. So there are businesses who like Coolblue uses the bikes to maybe to transport a washing machine or something. I don't know, but it can be done. But also the government uses the bikes. We have very different designs for the load compartments. So we have a company who uses the bike to bring wheelchairs to their customers. So how do you say it? To service bikes in the area. It's like a small mobile workshop.
So it can serve a lot of purposes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so we have on our beautiful screen for the people who watch us on YouTube, we have some pictures of the Fulpra. Is this actually the finished product?
Yes, this is the largest product. And as I said, the load compartment, we have smaller load compartments or open load compartments. This is the final product. And as you can see, it has a tilting mechanism, as you see in the left picture. And that's necessary for the bike to remain stable at high speeds.
I can imagine. And I know that you have quite a nice workshop at Dynteq. To what extent did you build the prototype over there? What did that look like?
We started like very simple prototypes. I think the first prototype we bought a used three-wheel bike, and we cut it in pieces, and we built a box in wood just to see how it acted and how it looked like. And from there on, we took it every time a step further. The first prototype. Of the second prototype was an engineered steel frame with the first electrical motors and stuff like that. We didn't have the compartment on it. Our company is located at Technology Base it's a former airport. Beautiful location, and therefore we have a lot of room to test. It's not like you're riding on the street, but it's more situated in the back. So we did a lot of testing just to see when it breaks. We knew what was the limit of the product.
So Dynteq has been running successfully for over 17 years now, but we do, of course, live in an ever-changing world. How do you see the future of product design and development, and how do you see Dynteq in this future?
Yeah, like I said before, we started doing just a little bit of piece of engineering, a piece of design, and as Dynteq grew, we took on the whole process of product development. What we are good at and what we really would like to do is the development itself. A lot of other companies do like strategic consultancy with companies to see what we can develop, or they develop extremely in very different designs. Yeah, we are a more pragmatic company, so we like to really to focus on the development of the product. From the base, we are mechanical engineers, and we have several product designers, but they also have also a good feeling for technology. What we really would like to do is to integrate electronics more. You told me you were doing the master emerging technologies, so the emerging technologies is something we think will only grow more in the future. And as I said before, we like to hire specialists, work together with specialists. You cannot do everything yourself. So what we would like to develop is really in a company who could take on larger projects. Maybe we do not have all the expertise in our house, but we know the process of product development. And so that's the way we want to develop successful products. And what also how we see the future is we successfully started Fulpra as a spin-off, and that was a very cool and inspiring time and project. And we would like to take that experience with us. So what we want to do in the future, we also would like to help startup companies. Not only by developing the product to help developing the product, but also help growing the company. We know what can go wrong. We know what are the steps you have to take to get a product from development into production. And that's something I like and my partner like. And we really would like to help startup companies.
Yeah. So with everything you mentioned now, and before you've mentioned that you would like to develop something that flies.
Yeah.
But is there, maybe it's not something you think about yet, but is there a certain end goal that you would like to reach with Dynteq? Something that you really aspire to do, and then you can say, okay, now I'm satisfied?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Twan. We live a lot in the moment. Our goal is to grow Dynteq further, to grow in people in projects. We have a goal in mind, but that's over 5 years where we would like to be. And from there on, I don't know. I also don't know if maybe we are in 5 years with 25 people. I don't know, but that's not mainly my goal. Mainly my goal is to develop the most beautiful products, what inspires me.
Spoken like a true designer.
But that's our core. We are designers, developers. That's where our heart beats for. I do not have this main goal I would like to bring Dynteq to this and then sell the company or I don't know. We would just want to mainly want to develop. But our goal as well is to develop every time more complex products. So that's the goal.
Yeah, I think that's a good goal to strive for.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've not hit the ceiling yet with the complexity?
Oh no, not for sure. And our products differ. We develop garden lighting. It's not the most complex products, but to every time to reach the perfect product for the client, that's very inspiring. But as I mentioned before, the technology develops so fast. We cannot know all the technology. We can know it, but we are not specialists in all the technology. But to bring all that technology together in a successful product with what hits the market and you see it in real life, that's the most inspiring. And the technology becomes complexer more every day, and it goes so rapid. So no, there's a lot of work for us to do in the future. Yeah.
All right, so then we are almost at the end, but of course we have one question that we always ask to all our guests, and that's what would your best advice be for students? Maybe your best advice in general, or maybe for students who also aspire to start their own business?
Yeah, difficult question, but what helped me a lot was to do a lot of internships and jobs in reality. I think the reality is quite different from what you learn in university. Have nothing to do with university, but I really like the business life, and working for clients is completely different than doing a project in university. And I learned during internships and in the projects I did in reality what I really liked and what I didn't like, and that gave me a clear goal where I wanted to go in the future. And I think especially the study industrial design, it's very broad. I see also my former college students in very different areas. So my advice would be get to know the companies, the real life, and hopefully it gives you a clear idea for where you would like to go in the future.
And do you also have any advice for students who want to work at a design agency after their graduation?
Do I have advice? I think what is the most difficult thing is that industrial designers, mainly in the study, you learn so many things, and it's so broad. And in my company, I would like to get specialists in my team, experts, and therefore I build the complete team. But I also see a lot of generalists. I'm a generalist myself, so there's room for everybody. But I think if you can develop some kind of specialty or expertise or something, you say that's the thing I like the most or are really good at. I think that gives a good idea of where you could work. And I think that design companies are looking more for specialists in the future than for generalistic.
Is that also what you were looking for?
Yeah, for sure. And for sure, every team member knows the product development, and the mechanical engineers can engineer, and the designers can design. But also, everybody has some kind of specialism, or some engineers know everything about injection molding, some everything about the mechanical part, and it's easier to add people to your team when you know they have some kind of specialty, and it's I think from Dynteq point of view, and because we do a lot of different projects for different sectors, but with those different specialties in my team, it's very cool to build a team every time to service the project right.
All right. If Davy doesn't have any questions anymore,
I'm empty.
Then Davy is empty. All right. Well, then I am empty as well. But Rob, thank you very much.
I'm empty as well too.
Yeah, we're all empty.
Yeah.
All right.